The white Tsuru, standing on the Japanese snow, white, shows its plumage revealing the white sections of the sphere, white. Just like the sunlight at noon in the Mexican winter, and the Aztlan crane, blue and gray. Identical to the hills surrounding the valley and its white-topped volcanoes. Crowning time with an army of white clouds resembling sheep, white, which once were as strong as the birth of the leaden Tsuru, sinking its beak into the Japanese snow. So white. In his adolescence, Sebastian conceived the project of creating the largest sculpture in the world, a work that would reach beyond. A utopia, a dream, a challenge. As time went by, this utopia began turning into a reality, and, like metal trees, its fire-like geometries began sprouting here and there. In Mexico, North America, South America, Iceland, Europe, and the Far East. His sculptures, which are actually many works in one, began transcending the earthly plane. In his eyes, we still see the child from Santa Rosalia de Camargo, Chihuahua, where his geometry, science, passion, and dreams began to bloom. Later in life, Sebastian began folding and unfolding the universe of the San Carlos Academy. Sebastian vibrated along with Henry Moore and the pre-Hispanic cultures, with the Etruscans and the ancient Greeks, with kinetics, op art, pop art, and Fuller's geodesics. He finally discovered his own language and decided he would conquer the world with it.
La vocación era profunda, inquebrantable. Nada la podía destruir, yo creo que solo la muerte, ¿no?
The power of his geometric concepts had an impact on the sensibility of the Japanese people, and the work by this Mexican artist emerged with subtlety and strength in Osaka and Sakai, in Hakone, and more recently as a drawing of Hokusai in a white square in Kadoma. His sculptural haiku, known as the Tsuru, is flying there now. Born amidst the scenery of his hometown, Sebastian's work has been enriched by several traditions. In the beginning, it was the Great Three and the idyllic image of the northern centaur, Pancho Villa. It was his powerful desire to become an architect and build towers, arches, doors, columns, and whole cities contained within a regular body. Then came the San Carlos Academy and Classical Studies, Greek sculpture and classes with the great masters De la Vega, Asunsolo, and Siqueiros, but also a keen desire to study and an obsession for science. Later on, his acute constructive desire gave way to kineticism and the other avant-garde currents of the 60s. From then on, Sebastian really began exploring the depths of the sacred waters of science. The sculptor learned the essential principles of topology. The regular cuts of crystallography contributed to his aesthetic awareness. He discovered Pythagorean secrets and began revealing them through industrial sculptures, drawings and pictorial works, jewelry designs and clay pieces, as well as furniture, glasses, stamps, coins, and trophies. Sebastian, a consummate artist whose hands and reasoning have also allowed him to master the art of modeling clay, has filled the Mexican world with global concepts. the globe with a modern vision of the Mexican world. Here's the man who faces the new millennium with fire in his eyes.
O cuando observé y estudié los diagramas de Leonardo, de Durero, de todas las gentes o de todos los artistas, de los grandes del Renacimiento, y los trazos de Luca Pacioli, al verlos, son fascinantes los razonamientos planos, gráficos, pero para mí son esculturas, son el misterio y el secreto ahí.
The passion and scientific knowledge involved in the creation of his small and medium format works led Sebastian to conceive a structural approach of his own and create a participative art. His urban monumental works include 77 sculptures presently displayed in housing complexes, university campuses, traffic circles in the Mexican cities of Monterrey and Villahermosa, parks in Vancouver, and Japanese museums, plazas, and corporations.
Pero luego dije, bueno, tengo que hacer algo tangible. E hice una serie de maquetas para que las gentes, las personas vieran lo que yo pensaba como la escultura más grande del mundo y cómo salía en ciertos espacios. Y diseñé las maquetas, que las colgaba y se veían en perspectiva los volúmenes, cómo era la escultura más grande del mundo en Veracruz. E hice una exposición. A partir de ahí empezó la vocación fuerte de lo monumental.
Of all his works, the most outstanding ones in Mexico City are the Horsehead, better known as Sebastian's Little Horse, located downtown at Reforma and Bucareli. The Claw and the Snake, which is outside the University Cultural Center, and the so-called Omegalita in Polanco. Outside Mexico City, the most important pieces are the Monterrey Door in Nuevo León and the Chihuahua Door in the capital of his native state of Chihuahua. Sebastian's first urban monumental sculpture, entitled Thick and Thin in 3 Movements, was erected in the Colonnade Center in Denver, Colorado. Since then, that is 14 years ago, his monumental works have been seen by thousands of people in Dallas, Albuquerque, and Santa Fe in the U.S., Kanazawa, Hakone, Osaka, and Sakai in Japan, in Óbidos in Portugal, Hafnardi in Iceland, in Buenos Aires, Havana, Santiago de Chile, Nassau, Sao Paulo, and the island of St. Helena in Montreal.